folks. Welcome to Follow the Leader, a podcast focused on telling character-driven stories through the use of GM-less tabletop games where we can all take the lead. You can find us on Twitter at FTLcast and at FTLcast.com. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. Today we're playing I Came Here to Win by Peach Garden Games. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. I Came Here to Win lets you harness the powerful dramatic energy of people who take themselves seriously in order to weave a season of reality TV, complete with producer meddling, manufactured conflict, and more wild twists than a seasoned video editor can cope with. The other games may think they know what I Came Here to Win is capable of, but they're gonna have no clue what hit them. I'm August, and you can find me at Harpydora on Twitter, and my pronouns are they, them. Playing with me today, we have Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Kathleen, and I am one of the people who developed this game. You can find Peach Garden Games at Peach Garden RPGs on Twitter, or by going to peachgardengames.com, or peachgardengames.itch.io. I use she, her pronouns. And next is Zachary.
Hello, my name is Zachary Frederickson. You can find me on Twitter at OffSkinningGod, and the music I make for this show and others at iambugbear.bandcamp.com. And I use he, him pronouns. And I'm joined, likewise, by Sam.
And hi, I'm Sam. You can find me on Twitter at SAKalo, and you can find my portfolio website at www.samkalo.art. If you don't type in the www part, the website just breaks because it's, I guess, the early 2000s. I don't know. And I use he, him pronouns.
Our lines, which are things we absolutely do not want to see, are homophobia and transphobia, racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, violence against children and animals, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, unwanted pregnancy, and plagues and pandemics. Our veils, which are things we're fine with addressing but will fade to black on, are steamy situations, graphic descriptions of bodily harm, and terminal illness. Now that we've got all that, let's get started. Woo! And this is where the theme goes.
The theme song starts playing.
Yeah. Right. So, I Came Here to Win is really nice and snappy to play. The first thing that we have to do is everyone creates 2 to 3 characters. We're going with 2 characters per person. So we'll have 8 characters in our season total, if I can actually do math. Which, yes, I can today.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to go ahead and introduce our characters and then talk about what kind of competition our characters are going to be put through?
Sure.
Cool.
One thing that can be fun to do also is if you want to introduce your characters like their audition reel might be on the reality show. Like their first appearance in a lot of shows is like perhaps you have one of your characters be like, "Now, hi, y'all. My name is Mabel Burnside, and I am 47 years old. I have children. My children do not have children, thank you very much, and that's just fine." Or something like that.
That's very good. I already like this intro. It does tell you a lot about their character very quickly.
Yes.
So do we want to go, like, in order, I guess, like, go around twice and have each of us do, like, one character at a time?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So I guess, Zach, you're up. Turn order.
Yes. There is a tight shot on a young man with starched, stiff, formal wear, staring directly into the camera. He has strangely light eyes and an all-business, close-cropped haircut, and he says, "My name is Jose Apocrypha, and for the world to continue, I must win this television show." I'm 22 years old. I like to build model train sets, and again, I need to win for the ongoing survival of humanity.
Jesus Christ.
I'm losing it. I'm sorry. This is incredible. I already love this character. All right. My first character. You see this sort of wide shot of, a guy running at sunset on the beach. And then a much tighter shot, much obviously poorer quality. Looks like, an iPhone maybe on a tripod, maybe just sort of leaning up against something. And it's this, this long blonde-haired guy. He's wearing one of those, douchebag, tank tops with the two big armholes. And, you can see both of his nipples very clearly. But he's, very much strong up top, and then he's a runner. You can tell that from him. And he goes, "All right, so here's how I'm gonna win this show. As you can tell, I'm very good at what I do. I'm strong, I'm capable, I know 15 different types of battle spells, and I'm going to destroy the entire competition handily. So I look forward to winning. By the way, the name that's going to be on the medal is Daydream Sierra, and I'm 25, and I'm from LA."
Jesus Christ.
I hate how easily I can recognize the inspiration.
Shut up. No, it's just the voice, though.
Okay.
And the next intro reel looks like it was shot on a fucking flip phone. An old an old Nokia track phone.
Oh my god.
And in this grainy video, you can see a very young, fresh-faced, well, not very young, but a fresh-faced individual that never quite lost their baby fat after puberty, with kind of tousled brown hair and really, wide eyes, and the sound coming through the speaker is very tinny, but the person says, "Hi, I'm Parker Young. I'm 23, and I'm so happy to be given this opportunity because I'd be the first in my family to be graduating from college like this, and, this opportunity just means the world to me because I'd love to be able to make my parents proud."
Which I suppose brings up that we have already decided what the competition is going to be about, and we haven't mentioned it yet.
That's true.
No, that's true.
It's very true.
Do you want to say what the competition is before? I had a name for an idea for the name of the show.
Please, by all means.
What is the name of the show?
Which is Dirk Twizzler Presents Who Deserves to Go to School by Dirk Twizzler.
God damn it!
What?
Oh my god. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's
Dirk Twizzler, of course, is a very important wizard who first showed up in our sitcom episode.
Of course.
he was played by Dick Van Dyke, right?
He is played by Dick Van Dyke with the beard.
Fucking incredible. I love this.
Old man Dick Van Dyke, of course.
Incredible.
So are we all right with that name?
Absolutely. That's fucking hysterical. Shut up. Don't shut up. Please keep talking.
Yep, we're good. As long as Kathleen is good, we're good.
I am enjoying this. I would like to hear the name of who is presenting Who Deserves to Go to School.
Dirk Twizzler.
Dirk Twizzler. Very good.
Dirk Twizzler.
He's a venerable wizard and, of course, CEO and founder of TwizTech.
Of course.
Oh, that Dirk Twizzler.
Yes.
Who deserves to go to school? I'm sorry.
Yes, Who Deserves to Go to School. It is printed on the screen in bright red and black balloon letters with an exclamation point at the end.
Oh boy. Yep.
This is a specific kind of show.
It's a really good title card.
Yep. Incredible.
Maybe it's an Interrobang instead of just an exclamation point. It's an Interrobang again.
Oh, it's for sure an Interrobang.
It's gotta be.
I think that there's probably like scrolls or ivy under school, kind of as like a underline of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. All right.
In the distance, you hear a hippogriff caw or neigh or whatever it does.
I love this. Our stupid characters are trying to get into a school. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are we introducing our second round now?
It's time for a second character. So Kathleen, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. So we see a fairly HD 60 frames per second home video shot of a young person who is sitting at some sort of desk. They have like pens and a couple of like very carefully placed books to be in the shot around them, and they say, hi, my name is Kit Sterner, and I deserve to go to school because, Dirk, I've read your book. I read your book about how you got started by going to school and then became the greatest wizard of all time. And I also want to be the greatest wizard of all time. Thank you.
Adorable.
And there is a star wipe to a bizarrely mundane CCTV footage angle of a cafe of numerous people in line waiting to buy coffee or scones or Timbits as one man in line turns to look at the camera and says, well, hey there, I'm Bill Theothergy, and I'm just a normal guy like you. I'm almost 30 years old, and I never went to college, and I'd like to go and, show that anyone can do it. Which is why I'm asking to do it, because I'm just another guy. Theothergy. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh boy. All right. The next shot looks fairly professionally shot, on like a nice camera. And it's this very well set up, looks like a tailor shop, like very fairly small tailor shop. And in front of the camera, sitting in a very nice, velvet chair, velvet and like wood sturdy armchair, is what looks like a 19-year-old wearing a very smart vest, a fairly old-fashioned looking sort of blousey shirt, and slacks. And he's got his legs crossed, his hands folded in his lap, and he says, hello, everyone. I'm Garion. He like pauses for a second. I'm 19. He sort of stops for a second, looks up to the side, and looks like he's doing math, and goes, yeah, I'm 19. And I think that I very much deserve to go to this school. I have spent a very long amount of time, like 50 or 60 years, learning various different crafts, and I think that I believe that magic is the next one that I will be doing very well at as a field of study for this foreseeable future, and therefore I would like to learn from the best. And he stops and says, I didn't mean, and then the video cuts off.
The next video is a scroll of text, actually. A lot of stuff that looks very arcane, both literally and figuratively, and there's a voiceover saying, "My name is Marius Favors. My thesis, the quantum entanglement of rune work, ley lines, and dowsing, is the most important magical text that will be written in our generation, and I intend for Dirk Twizzler to be my thesis advisor." And the text scroll probably continues, but the voiceover cuts off, and so the title card, the intro video, cuts off as well.
Is it just their thesis playing?
Yeah. It's just the thesis.
Holy shit!
They're a fucking shithead. So
I love them.
Well, you have to make sure that people read that abstract.
mm-hmm.
It's true.
If you can't hook them early, what do you have?
Nothing.
I think it's probably at this point that, like, Dirk Twizzler comes on to introduce the fact that, you know, we already know who will go to school, but, you know, talking a little bit about the university and how important education is, you know, stuff like that. And that means that we're about ready to start play, aren't we?
Seems like it.
I do think that Dirk Twizzler, his initial appearance is sitting with a smoking jacket in an armchair in a richly upholstered library next to a roaring fire.
Oh, for sure.
He's holding his book in his lap, and he says, "Why there? I didn't see you come in. It's time to decide who deserves to get educated."
I don't know why that fucking gets me every time.
Because we all know that it shouldn't be free.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the only way to get into the school? Is it to win this show?
This is the only way that someone who can't afford it can get in the school. They have no scholarships.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The show's real cheap to produce, so they do have it a couple of times a year. We're probably on season 22 or 23 by now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you have the most powerful wizard alive as your director, producer, and main star. You save a lot on set design.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's very true.
All right. So, we've decided, because we believe in being polite, that Kathleen will go first.
Yeah.
So, the next thing that we have to do is draw at least one card, but as many as 4 cards, and that's called the producer roll, and that's how we determine the shape of our episode for today.
Mm-hmm. The way that you proceed with play is that, as August just said, you assign one of the players to act as the producer for the role, and you will take a deck of playing cards and separate them into suits, and then shuffle each of the 4 piles. And each suit that you draw from represents a different thing that can happen during the episode. For example, if you draw hearts, those are cards related to drama, whereas the other decks relate to some various stats that your characters have. Each character in I Came Here to Win has a strong stat, a regular stat, and a weak stat. A normal stat is what we call it in the manual, excuse me. Your strong stat will roll a d10, your normal stat a d8, and your weak stat a d6. The three stats are experience, which signify how good you are at doing the task that the show has asked you to do. Personality, which represents how good you are at being on TV and appealing to the audience and producers, and maybe being a little bit messy. And innovation is your final stat. Innovation is your final stat, and it is about doing the task in unexpected ways or reacting to new circumstances. So for the first draw, I think that I will draw 1 heart and 1 club. So we have the 5 of clubs and the 8 of hearts. The 5 of clubs is my time to shine. My side character with the highest innovation becomes your active character. So in this case, my active character is now going to be Kit Striner, my second character. And the heart is that something's on fire. This doesn't affect anybody's roles, but it does affect the flavor of the scene. I think that the first task that Dirk Twizzler has us is to, in fact, throw the contestants right into the heat of things, as it were. Everyone walks in. There is a desk. The desk is on fire. There is some kindling around. There are some magic tools, some scrying orbs, a dowsing rod, a couple of decks of cards that are very important, actually, and some manner of, I don't know, holy water. And Dirk Twizzler does chime in from outside, and the camera cuts to him. And what does he tell us to do? Since you've got the Dirk voice, Zach, I thought that...
Yes. Boy, what does he tell you to do?
I think it should probably end with, "And don't let my school burn down."
Oh, boy. I'm on the spot now. Okay, you said there's holy water, there's...
There's various magical doodads and tchotchkes.
Doodads and tchotchkes, shit. Sorry. He's on the other side of the door, and he says, "Well, hello there, prospectees. You might be wondering how I am able to communicate with you through this solid steel door. I'm projecting my consciousness into yours mystically. You're in fact in an airtight chamber, and the oxygen of it, while it would be able to keep you hale and hearty for at least 6 hours, well, that's rapidly deteriorating right now. So, academia is a very sink or swim sort of situation. And, well, just try to survive. And, that holy water ain't gonna cut it. And so I guess the challenge is to get out alive before the fire burns up all of our oxygen.
Mm-hmm. It is an escape room scenario.
Incredible.
There's a desk. It's on fire. Maybe there are books around. There are magical tchotchkes. And so now it's time to see how our characters respond to the situation. And for that, we will roll the aforementioned stats.
I actually have a question. Are all of the characters in a room together, or is everybody in their own instance of this room?
It's way cheaper if they're all in the same room.
It's true. Or they could have actually not filmed it synchronously. They could have filmed it one after the other.
And this desk just keeps getting lit on fire.
Yeah. What's more interesting?
I think maybe it's a solo task. Because I just like the idea of, like, the stagehands and, like, the key grip or someone having to come and reset the scene every time.
I think that's really funny. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a solo scene, but they're showing it in anachronistic, like asynchronous order.
Yes.
So like it'll cut to various players, and then there will be like someone will have like spray painted something on one wall, and it will be gone in someone else's scene. When it cuts to someone else, it gives the illusion that it's like all in various different rooms, but it's actually just one after the other in the wrong order.
But Sam, you were asking about choosing active characters. You just choose an active character unless you have a card tells you to switch it.
Okay. Got it. That's what I was wondering.
Presumably people who aren't on camera are doing fine. You only show somebody if they are being interesting, right?
That's true. That's sort of how reality TV works. Oh, God. Okay. So.
I guess I'm supposed to roll first. That's what we have the turn order as. So, Kit is going to roll innovation. They have been in all sorts of situations, and they know about arranging a room so that it looks good on camera. So I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to start by organizing things and hoping that it eventually just looks like a room with a door that's open. And it's some sort of sympathetic magic that they're trying to tap into. So Kit's strong stat is innovation, so I'm going to roll a d10 as soon as I find the button. And Kit rolls a 5. The whole general, like, trying to get the room's energies to align with itself is not going so great. The holy water just ends up throwing the whole thing off, but what they do end up doing is deciding when none of that works, just beating the door off of its hinges. It's a strong, solid metal door, but the door's really strong, not the hinges.
Nice.
Incredible.
Not particularly magical, but it gets the job done.
Not particularly magical. Who's my lead character right now?
You just get to pick. That's what I was asking earlier.
That's what, but I'm asking you all.
Oh, who's your lead character?
Yeah. Who's on camera first?
I think this is a pretty normal situation, so maybe this is Bill's, like, place.
Oh, yeah. This is absolutely Bill Theathergy's place as he walks in and adjusts his trucker cap and Patagonia jacket. And he says, "Well, dang. That's a fire. There, you just lit a desk on fire? That's the whole thing? I mean, okay." And he goes and knocks on the door, and he says, "Hey, Bill Theathergy, I'm next door. Do you have any water or like a fire extinguisher? I got a big rip roarer over here." And Bill is rolling personality, which is his strong stats.
Oh my God!
To try to just nice guy his way into the judges giving him a fire extinguisher.
And opening the door at the same time.
It's practical.
Practical 2. Bill does not. No, it's all right. I'll figure this out. And he takes off his nice Patagonia jacket, and he starts to just beat the desk with it. And then it catches on fire, and he goes, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh! Boy. Okay. And that is all we see of Bill for the next several cuts.
All right. I'm gonna have it be Garion. And Garion's gonna walk into this room. Door shuts behind him. Desk bursts into flames. And he goes, good shit. And his first instinct is to reach into his pocket and pull out whatever spellcasting focus he's got and cast some sort of water spell at the desk. And he's gonna use experience, which is a normal stat, not a strong stat.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 8-sided die. I'm gonna roll a d8. I got a 4. It's not great. The water just sort of fizzles out. Or rather, it just sort of fizzles and the fire keeps burning. And he's just like, bleeps out, obviously. It's on, it's airing on television, so it's just like, beep, beep, beep. Bleep it out in the episode too, whoever's editing this. That's funny. And you see him sort of ineffectually continually casting the same thing over and over again. And eventually the fire goes out, but it's like, oh man, dude. Oh my guy.
Okay. So we cut to Parker's room. Or, not Parker's room. We cut to Parker in this room. The door has just been closed. And Parker is just like, oh no, all of this stuff. As they don't panic, but get kind of excitable. And I am going to roll using Parker's strong stat, innovation, which is a result of 7. And so...
the only good roll we got.
The way that Parker chooses to go about this is he starts whispering to the fire, now, shh, it's okay, shh. And, like, what he's actually doing, like, what sharp-eyed viewers might recognize that he's doing is he's, like, trying to talk to the fire spirits that have been engaged in this enchanted fire. But otherwise, to not keen-eyed viewers, it just looks like he's the fire whisperer, and he's, like, holding his hands out, making soothing motions, and as he's doing that, the fire slowly burns out.
Amazing.
That's our Parker.
I love Parker.
Good job, Parker.
Well, I think Parker wins.
Parker wins, but more importantly, Bill lost and has to be eliminated this episode. Do we have some sort of exit interview for him?
Yes. The next time we see Bill is when the door opens after he has passed out. He is covered in ash. The jacket didn't work, so he tried his shirt, and that didn't work, so he tried his jeans.
Oh my
and
god.
So he is just in like boxers and work boots and a hat as he is slowly dragged from the cell. And he goes, I was supposed to be the underdog. Well, I guess it just goes to show you. Fire is not your friend.
Aww.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
And Dirk Closer says, well, it looks like just being a homespun kind of guy isn't enough. As we send Bill home as the first F. And then it's just a shot of like a freeze frame of Bill's face covered in soot and half awake, and a big fail stamp is written on it.
Incredible. I love this.
All right, next episode is Zachary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it goes? Okay. Shouldn't we also see Parker winning?
Oh,
If you'd like to.
yeah. I think it's just a very quick piece with Parker looking really excited, and he's just like, yeah, I mean, all fire has some sort of spirit behind it. That's why you get fired up when, you get excited and stuff. And so sometimes you just gotta talk it down from the ledge, And then behind him, like, the fire, like, spurts back up to life, and he's just like, shh, it's okay. And then that's where the episode cuts.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Okay. Dirk Wizard says, I have no idea what that youngster is talking about. It's just excited Adams. And so I now draw cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What was it, 2 to 4?
1 to 4.
Yes.
1 to 4.
1 to 4. Okay, this is Hearts is drama, Clubs is innovation, Diamond is personality, Spades is experience. Well, I liked Hearts, so I'm gonna grab a heart. Boom. Okay. And then I am going to do Spades for experience.
Was that a diamond?
That was a diamond. I pulled a diamond. Well,
All
I will also pull a heart. I'll pull the ones that I meant to pull, and then I guess also the one that I accidentally pulled. So I grabbed a 2 of diamonds, which is everyday people involved. Everyone must roll personality this episode.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. A 3 of hearts, sad story. Choose any of your characters to become your active character. Give a brief speech about something tragic that has happened in their personal life. And Spades, 8, ancient technology. All experience rolls are +3 this episode, which is unfortunate because we cannot use experience.
Indeed.
Rest in peace. That sucks.
Yes. Okay. So everyday people are involved, as well as ancient technology, and somebody has a sad story.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to have a sad story.
Do I have to have a sad story?
I think that the way that we originally had it was that, yes, you will be having, we will give Jose has his tragic backstory right now.
Incredible. Okay. This is one of the vaunted field trip episodes.
Ah.
Of course.
As Dirk Twizzler says, opens the show, he is wearing a sporty adventurer's uniform with a pith helmet, and he says, well, hello. Today we're in the untamed wilderness of Rome, Italy, where in ancient times aliens came down and taught them all about killing each other in a big circle. We're here to plunder some of those vast technological riches from their depths of that Colosseum that aliens made. They didn't know how to make a big circle. I mean, obviously.
Of course.
But the important thing is thousands of people live in Rome, and none of them know about the bounty that lies behind their feet. So our contestants are going to have to be very careful not to get caught. Because they have a primitive society that has things like laws and police that they have to worry about. Good luck. And if you get caught, you didn't deserve to win.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And and also, Jose Apocrypha has to have a sad story, a tragic backstory thing here. As we cut to Jose's talking head, he is still wearing a pressed black suit, and his eyes are never more than never less than 80% open.
Oh God, he's just like bug-eyed all the time.
Bug-eyed all the time, and he says, "This challenge is very important to me because my parents were also killed in a big circle."
Oh my God.
They were sacrificed to the blood god Malakath to bring me into the world, and if I don't learn how to stop it, you're all doomed. So that's why I really need to buckle down and dig deep to win this challenge. Again, if I don't win, you're all doomed. Cuts.
I love this guy. I don't know why. This guy's great.
And so, yeah. I guess the challenge is to steal ancient technology from the Colosseum of Rome?
I guess.
It's a stealth challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And you must use your personality skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, poor fucking Belthaeothergy. He would have rocked this one. Jose's personality is his worst feature. But I've been talking for ages, so we should have the others probably get in there.
All right. Should we go top of the turn order with Kathleen going through this challenge, or should we go like
I
back
guess
and
so.
Then... All right, perfect. Yeah, Kathleen, go ahead.
So Jose was talking about blood magic. So I think that what I need to do is you said technology, but the floors and the sand stained with blood, maybe that's something. Maybe that's something that you could like study college and then have a massive empire of your own. And I think that they're going to be very straightforward about it. They're going to get on a tour, just one of those normal tours of the Colosseum, and try to just casually slip off for just a second, bend down, and grab a handful of sand that totally hasn't been replaced many times over the thousands of years in the Colosseum. And personality is a D8 for Kit. That's a 4.
So that didn't go great.
That didn't go great. They end up with a handful of sand, but as they leave with the rest of the tour, they're like, how... This doesn't feel that technological, actually. The sand is made out of glass. Maybe I could make some glass out of it? And would that be ancient technology now? And then the producers have had enough of that, and so they switch to Jose.
Jose is walking, still in his black suit, just stiff-armed and stork-legged, straight for the gates. And he says, "You all need to get out of here. This is very dangerous. You have no idea what powers you are dealing with." And he just holds up his hand and smashes open the gates with terrifying blood god powers and rolls his worst stat. And gets a 6.
He nailed it.
He got as good as he possibly could. There are shots of cowed civilians. In the distance, you see the Italian military mounting a defense, like in a kaiju movie. As Jose walks out with a glowing Roman gladius, and he says, "I've got what I need," and just walks away.
So, the shot opens on, Garion, like, watching, what's his name? Dirk Twizzler give the, thing, and Garion just going, huh. Picks up his cell phone, dials it. sort of like walks off into the background of the shot and is like, no, I know, I know. Okay, I know, I understand. What I'm saying, though, is that there's got to be someone around here. Like, come on, you've known me since the 1600s. We're cool. Come on. Like, just, like, give me a little bit of help. Like, yes. All right. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll help you break into the Vatican later. What I'm saying is, I need this. And then he, like, looks back and goes, hey, wait, don't record me doing this. What the f***? Sorry, that gets bleeped out, too. And then later, there's just, like, this, like, weird, blurry, like, dark camera shot of something, of him, like, talking to somebody obviously illegal, like hanging out behind the back of the Colosseum, like this man who just like is the most stereotypical vampire you've ever seen in your entire goddamn life, just like talking to Garion. And I'm gonna roll personality, which is my strongest stat, and that's gonna be a D10, and it's a 5. So this guy gives Garion, like, I mean, it just kind of looks like a sword. It's ancient. It definitely is Roman, but it doesn't look terribly magical. Garion's gonna be like, walk off with it, as the camera's like ducked behind something else to avoid being seen by Garion.
Alright. So I think Parker was on the same tour as Kit, because I think they had a similar idea of using the tour as a cover for investigating the site. But I think, once again, Parker kind of goes with the spirit whispering angle and starts low-key asking the stones if they've seen anything particularly ancient other than themselves that might be ancient technology. And also, like, is low-key using the cover of Jose, like, storming in here with blood magic powers halfway through. And I'm going to roll a d8 for my personality, because it's my normal stat. And nice. I got a 7 again, which means that I'm the winner of the challenge, right?
That is, you are the winner of the challenge.
Once again, you have won the challenge.
So
incredible. On a roll.
The stone spirits are like, yeah, sure, we know what you're talking about. And there's a particular stone that is not speaking stone language. Not that the audience knows this. All they can see is, like, Parker just, like, stooping down and listening to virtually nothing as, you know, Jose's blood magic is causing things to happen and the Italian military is moving in. And finally, they stoop down and scoop up one particular pebble and put it in their pocket. And GTFO.
The Italian military looking for Jose does end up picking up poor Kit, who doesn't look anything like Jose, but is much more unassuming and much more easily nabbed by some manner of military or police force. And Kit, in their understated as always way, turns to the camera as they are being literally dragged away and says, I will make my empire out of prison. I will bide my time, and then I am coming for you. I am coming for you, Dirk. I am coming for you, Twizzler.
Incredible.
That's being shown on a monitor in Dirk Twizzler's smoking den, and he says, well, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said that to me as they were being pulled off to some jail or other, well, I'd be almost as rich as I am now. Try it, Kid Stryer, and if you come with the king, you best not miss.
Jesus Christ.
I love this. Oh, it's my turn to pick some cards, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to pick... I got a heart, and I'm going to pick a club. So I got the 7 of hearts and the 4 of clubs. The 7 of hearts is returning winner. No effect. Describe a guest judge who has won this show before. And I'm going to say that the guest judge is a sort of interesting looking woman in that she kind of looks like she's made out of plants. And she's got a very sunny personality, and she says, hello, I am Miva. I won season 15, and I'm now an extremely accomplished elemental mage. She gives a little smile and flips her hair, which kind of looks like leaves, and gives a little peace sign, and then the show cuts off. And what is the Four of Clubs? Four of Clubs is the judges hated it. Permanently bump your innovation down a die type. Cool.
No. Clubs is innovation.
Oh, Clubs is innovation.
The 4 is uninspired. You can't roll innovation.
Oh, never mind. I was reading from 3. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so you will not roll innovation this round.
Okay.
You can roll either of your other 2 stats.
That's better.
Only Sam's character or none of us?
When it is everybody, the card says everybody.
Okay.
Or no one.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't roll innovation this episode.
Right.
All right.
What's the challenge?
What is the challenge?
It's got to be something elemental, right?
Absolutely it is. And
This is Miva.
yes. So I think that Miva steps out onto the stage. Do we have a stage? We have a sound stage probably. So it's probably
Sure.
a stage. And, gives a little perky bow and says, so today we're going to be doing something that I designed myself. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I don't know why she's got this accent in this episode. She changes every time I play her. But she's, she says, I'm very excited to share it with you all. And, here it is. And it's this, very intense obstacle course of, molten rock and, lightning bolts. It's very scary looking. And she just sort of smiles and says, so I'm very excited to share this. This was my thesis piece, and it is it's an obstacle course. All of you guys have about 2 minutes to get through it, and good luck. And my wife will be at the end. She's a healing mage. Don't worry about it. So hopefully none of you are hurt too badly, but don't worry if you are. My wife is a very, very accomplished healer. You'll be fine. And she sort of claps her hands and walks off.
Mabel hasn't been on camera for a while, but she's got that kind of look where some people get to a point where just no one is willing to give them any guff anymore. There's something about how they stand and how they look at things, and regardless of, how they are talking to you, there's a certain level of deference going on. And as Mabel looks at... Actually, could you describe a little bit more the obstacle course for me again? Is it, all plant-based and stuff?
So no, it's mostly, elemental magic. So it's a lot of,
Okay.
rocks, lots of, big boulders or, boulder sort of ramps into, this fiery pits and, big fire stacks. And then there's parts that are just, they look like they're solid structures just made out of lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, there's a flag. And if you touch the flag, it makes, a bell ring, and you win. And then
Very
about 3
good.
feet away from that, there is a extremely tall woman with tattoos on her face, standing very politely and calmly waiting for everybody to come through.
So Mabel sets off and struts. She is wearing very smart slacks and some manner of runched overshirt, and her hair is mostly gray with little streaks of red in it, and she looks at the fire and just gives this withering look at the fire that is attempting to overcome this rock, as though, you, back in your place, play nice please, or actually, no, y'all don't mean to be doing that. Can't you play nice, please? And speaks to each of the obstacles in such a demanding way, which is to say that she is rolling personality. She is just going to Ice Queen her way through this.
I love it.
She rolls a 7. Like, basically everything except the most hard-headed of the rock obstacles realize that it is just not worth it to get it into it with Mabel. She just has that aura to her, you know?
I love it.
I feel like as Mabel finishes walking through, the guest judge is like, oh, and then she like runs through and like fixes everything. Like, I mean, I guess that works.
Then Jose steps up to the top at the beginning of the obstacle course and proclaims loudly to all who can hear, "My death is prophesied to come at the end of all things and not 1 second earlier." And he just walks into the fire. Completely ignoring anything that might kill him because it couldn't possibly, because it's not yet time. He just steps and just starts wading through lava. And then another guy who doesn't feel pain. He's innovating. He is reinventing the challenge. By he doesn't dodge or jump.
Just fucking walking right through it.
You thought that it was an obstacle course, but it's actually like a test of prophecy.
Wow.
That's innovative.
That's innovative.
And that's a 9.
Dang.
That is a 9.
Oh, boy.
As he just wades through hip-deep lava and then, like, walks through the solid lightning objects, which solidifies the lava, and eventually he's standing at the end, nearly completely encased in fragments of volcanic rock, which is good because they don't have to spend any money blurring out the fact that his entire ensemble has burned away. As he throws up his hands and he says, "I am unkillable. No weapon forged by man or beast against me shall prosper. I am the end of days, and if you do not allow me to win this competition, I will be coming."
Impressive. Good job. Excellent work, Jose. God. All right. This is going to be Daydream. And Daydream is definitely like wearing very sporty gear. He's got his hair up in a high ponytail. He's, booty shorts, exercise shorts, really nice sneakers, very like cool looking. He looks like, a track and field jock, which is very much his vibe in general. And he just sort of, he gives a little salute to the judges and says, "How's it going? I'm gonna destroy this challenge." And, he's like hyping the crowd up. And he's like, yeah, this is me. I'm doing this. Yeah, absolutely. And, I don't know how to get rolling personality for this to work, but it is his strongest stat. And I think how I'm gonna do it is he's gonna be doing a bunch of like flips and stunts and stuff, which isn't experience because he casts an extremely weak like protection spell on himself and just starts doing flips and shit. Very little magical experience, all about the performance of it. And that's how I'm gonna spin rolling personality for this.
Mm.
Very good.
And I got a 5.
You got a 5.
I got a 5. And so I think he gets most of the way through things. He gets like pretty far, dodging, getting through it, and he does get burned quite badly across one of his arms, and he's like, swearing up a storm, very much bleeped out. He's like, "Shit, fuck, ow." And then he, manages to shake it off and, make it to the end and goes, and he pulls up the flag, takes a big bow, and then immediately walks over to the healer and goes, "Please fix this for me. I can't be the best without my arm skin." You know, how am I supposed to destroy my enemies like this?
Oh my god.
Jose is still over there, just kind of hanging out, and he looks and he says, "Your flesh is weak."
Yeah, well, your face is weak. Shut the fuck up! Flips him off.
My face is tempered by the blood god Malakan.
Your outfit's weak too. I mean, seriously. Very last century.
What a willful gentleman you are.
That's me. He, gives a salute. The healer rolls her eyes, and the guest judge goes, well, that certainly was something, huh? And next up we have, whoever August is playing. I don't know if it's gonna be Parker or Marius.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen Marius, so I think that they should have a chance to either shine or go down in flames, potentially literally. So,
Very true.
Let me go back to that tab. So, I think Marius, does a lot of what we would stereotypically consider to be, magic. You know, there's a wand, there's incantations, there's, maybe some sparks of something. They don't even bother to talk to the camera about what they're doing. Their weakest status personality, they're not in here for people to like them, not even the producers at this point. So they're just trying to, brute force spell work their way through, using experience, which is a 10. A D10.
About to say, if you just did a 10, then my poor bitch is gone.
No.
Fuck!
Oh no!
Rest in piss, Daydream. August just rolled a 7, which means that my 5 is the lowest roll.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Daydream.
Alright. Describe how Marius goes through this.
So, this is, again, very stereotypically magical. There's sparks coming from their fingers as they wave some of the flame away with a wand, and little magical platforms made out of light pop up for them to traverse the lava and stuff, and they even form a small spiral staircase almost to get to the flag at the end. Now, they're still a little singed, don't get me wrong. They're wearing stereotypical mage's robes, which, the hems are a little worse for wear, to be honest. But, they make a pretty decent show of it. They're a little out of breath at the end, but it ain't half bad.
It ain't half bad. Let's hear that exit interview from Daydream.
Oh my god. Daydream is Daydream is standing between 3 producers who are trying to get him to calm down, and he's going, no, f*** that shit. Look, you listen to me. I owned that, alright? I did great in that. Sorry, let me back up to my microphone a little bit to get the full effect here. He's I owned that shit. I did amazing there. You can't just kick me out of this show. I got to the end. There are people who probably didn't even get to the end. I don't know. I don't watch other contestants or whatever, but you cannot kick me out of this. I am winning this event. I am the best. And as he is yelling, he is being dragged off of the set.
Oh my gosh.
The book closes as it was revealed the screen was just a book that Derek Twizzler was holding up, and he says, well, that young fellow certainly had a lot of spirit. He was also the only one who actually got burned. Which goes to show you that a lot of people are loud instead of good.
He certainly is loud instead of good.
And those people don't deserve to go to school.
And the guest judge says, I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you again for having me on the show again, sir.
Of course. Now, can I have my car back?
Absolutely. See you guys later. And she just fucking bolts.
The security team's running after her, and she just drives away in Dirk Whistler's Cadillac.
Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. With her wife and her boyfriend in the back of the car.
Is Kaz the boyfriend?
Yeah, Kaz is the boyfriend. Wife is Burse.
Ah! Yes.
I'm so glad.
I was like, I gotta get Kaz in there somewhere.
So we've had a lot of hearts, a lot of drama.
I've just been pulling for the 8 of hearts. The 9 of hearts.
What is the 9 of
Wait,
hearts?
what was that, Zach?
I said I have been really just kind of hoping idly for the 9 or Jack of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have 2 7s?
That's not right.
That's not right.
Well, Roll20 is kind of weird about cards anyway. We'll put the other 7 in the weird corner over there. I just drew the Queen of Hearts.
Hell yeah.
Which I then immediately made 2 pick. There we go. And I want to do, let's see, I want to do at least one more. Clubs is innovation, and
Well, the Queen will tell you to draw another card.
oh,
Yeah.
Because the Queen of Hearts is an extremely attractive guest judge.
oh good,
and
oh
it wants you to
good,
draw a diamond.
good. So I will draw a diamond. So I drew the 6 of diamonds, which is in another tab. The 6 of Diamonds is a clown-themed episode. No one can roll personality this episode. So
It is impossible to look cool while being a clown, was our justification for this.
No, you're correct entirely.
that has to mean that our attractive guest judge is the Great Pagliacci.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
There's no other way. Like, that's the most well-known clown in existence, and with a name like the Great Pagliacci, he's gotta be really fantastic and have a lot of flair. But yeah, no one can roll personality while you're dressed up as a clown. And I think I want to do one more. I think I want to do a spade, just for funsies. And that is the 3 of spades, which is, I'll show them, permanently bump your experience down a die type. So poor Marius now has a normal experience.
Oh no. Poor Mario.
I say poor as if they don't deserve it.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. So, cool. So, this challenge with our guest judge, the Great Pagliacci, who I think only speaks Italian,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, the producers of the show do, like, magical live captions, so it's not like the captions are added later to the episode. It's that, like, there's, like, a little floating text box around him that is translating his speech. It's kind of like, live captioning on TV in general, but it's in real life. I don't think this is Dirk's doing by any stretch of the imagination. Dirk is just fluent in Italian and doesn't give a shit. But the producers of the show know that the contestants need to understand things. So
this makes it very difficult when Dirk is just talking in Italian to Pagliacci, and like the producers keep trying to cast the caption hex on him, and he keeps counterspelling it.
yes, it's perfect.
No one deserves to know what I say.
God.
Not
But-
unless they buy his book.
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy the book. The book confers knowledge of all languages. What is the challenge that Pagliacci is having us doing August.
So, the challenge, obviously, we have to follow in his footsteps, and we have to... Oh god, what would be a really great thing to have to do while you're a clown? We have to somehow entertain some foreign dignitaries, potentially from a country that's like shrouded in magic so it doesn't actually appear on any maps. And we have to do this while we all have a debuff on ourselves that has been cast. You know, it's a joint spell from Pagliacci and Dirk, where we're all crying all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the entire time we're trying to do this, we're just sobbing.
In clown makeup?
In clown makeup.
Of course.
Incredible.
Yes. Because, like, Pagliacci's greatest achievement was beating depression.
Of course. It's a very interesting game.
This is a very good game.
I'm enjoying myself immensely.
Oh, yeah. If we had more time to play it.
Yeah.
Okay, so no one gets to roll personality this time, which means that Mabel will be rolling her normal die. So, Mabel is rolling innovation, and she is going to show her full, proper upbringing and general dignity by doing interpretive dance. Not like very heavy on the partner dancing that she's more familiar with, as opposed to sort of like the tradition of interpretive dance that popped up during the modernist movement. So it's very dramatic. A violin solo starts, stage lights pop down, and Mabel stands there regally, opens her mouth as if to say something, and sighs and leads herself backward through a long waltz along with the violin music, shows herself cradling her children, showing herself losing her husband to the war. There's a section of the thing that is some manner of, like, Latin influence that she did not realize was in the score when she selected it, and it does come up a little bit incongruous, and she does cry extra hard during that scene. And at the end, she stands there done and says, "Now thank you for watching me." And it's a 5. It's maybe a little bit avant-garde for what was expected from this show.
Fantastic. Jose Apocrypha stands in black and white ruffles with white grease paint covering his face and little black upside-down triangles beneath both eyes as tears stream unbidden down his face as he points to each of the dignitaries and he says, "When the time comes, you will not be spared. You will not be spared. You will not be spared. You will not be spared." He considers one. He says, "You will not be spared. No one will be spared. There is no bargaining with it when it comes. Know this. Know that you are standing in the way of this. Thank you for your time. So,
Wait,
can't use
sorry.
personality. Mm-hmm.
Did he just walk onto stage dressed as a mime and walk up and go, "You will not be spared, you will not be spared, you will not be spared," and then leave?
Yeah.
Fucking power move.
Oh my god. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was clear on that.
It takes a lot of confidence
Oh my god.
to be Jose Apocrypha.
I love him.
I guess, I don't know, is this experience or innovation?
This sounds pretty innovative.
I guess it would be innovative.
On the other hand, if there's anything that Jose knows,
it is he will bring about the apocalypse and none will be spared. That's true. So yeah, so he'll roll Jose will roll experience, which is his average stat, his normal stat, which is the 8. Fingers crossed. 6. Okay, he at least knows he's not going home today.
It's true.
The end will be stopped by one more episode.
The end times have been prevented for one more week. Except that these were all definitely filmed back to back, day after day, and then, aired over the course of... Anyways.
People are like, oh, the show's coming out, so obviously the world didn't end, right? I guess we'll find out at the end of the episode.
Yeah. God. So, Garion comes out wearing this, I would say, 16th century jester's, outfit. And, he's wearing, his face isn't really painted, but, he's dressed up and, he's got the jingly hat and the big ruff, and he still looks like a fucking clown. And he just says, he's got tears streaked on his face. He says, "Thank you for coming to my performance." Oh, that was a little bit Galen there. "Thank you for coming to my performance. Enjoy." And he just starts fucking juggling. But, he's juggling with, magic, so sometimes, one of his juggling balls will, light up and imagine, sorry, my brain's not working terribly well. But light up in this, beautiful way, and some of them are sparkling, but not they're full of glitter, but they're, sparkling. Just light coming out of them. And sometimes one of the balls will change color midair, or it'll become an animal, and, he's clearly, casting some sort of magic on it on the fly. And, when his act is over, he catches all of the juggling balls, takes a very dramatic bow, wipes his eyes very beautifully, and walks off stage. And that's going to be experience, which is a D8. And I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
My poor bitch is going home.
There's a between 1 in 6 and 1 in 10 chance.
Oh boy. Well, I think Marius comes out, and they're in their singed wizard robe, but they have a red clown nose and one of those rainbow wigs, and kind of stereotypical clown makeup, like American clown, sort of bozo-ish makeup. And they start waving their hands around in what is very obviously an attempt to do spell work. And I am going to be rolling experience, and I want to know how badly I roll before, because if they fail, they're doing one thing, and if they succeed, they're doing a different thing. So, I got a 7 again. Which means that they are actually, instead of actually doing anything entertaining, they are casting a spell to make the dignitaries feel entertained.
The fucking charm spell.
Yeah, but it's not a charm spell because they're not charming enough for that. But, you know, it's just like, you know, it provides a pleasant, you know, a feeling of pleasant, mild delight. And there are a few chuckles and stuff, and then Marius just, like, bows and walks off stage.
Cut to the editor's room, where a young woman in headphones is sitting at 3 or 4 monitors, like, turns to a camcorder and says, "What am I supposed to do with this? What am I... And then it cuts back to the show.
Oh my god.
Like, there's no way for me to make this look good. What? And then
right.
Garion gets to go home. So, you know, we get a very sort of vaguely cheerful looking Garion still wearing his jester attire and going, you know, it's all right. It's all right that I didn't win. I mean, I've got a couple of other things that I could be doing right now with my time. I have an offer from from a gentleman that I met in Rome, actually, to learn some 13th century weaving techniques. So I may be doing that next instead. It's all right that I didn't win. There are other opportunities to learn. And he sort of smiles and walks out.
And Dirk Twizzler walks on screen, where it reveals the screen was actually a curtain that is drawn to show the beautiful campus behind it. And he says, "Oh yeah, there's plenty of places to learn, just not on my school. Not until you give me back that 30 quid you owe me that you borrowed from me in 1864. I remember. Thought I forgot. I didn't. You don't deserve to go to school."
And that is where we will leave the mid-season finale.
It's very good.
I didn't expect that deciding that Dirk Twizzler was going to be here meant that I was going to be playing him every time.
It's just that you do the best.
So good.
You do the best Dick Van
voice
Dyke.
real good.
It's real good.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I'm sad that Bill Theathergy didn't last very long because I loved your shitty Canadian accent.
Oh, that's okay. I went and WandaVisioned, a town in Quebec.
God.
That'll be timely by the time this comes out.
Yeah. I'm glad I got to play Garion as one of those types of vampires that's just all right, I guess I'll learn how to do literally
vampire.
everything now.
Uh-huh.
Got all the time in the world.
I mean, yeah. It's just like what Gerard Way said about Twilight.
Huh?
You can look it up.
Okay.
You can look it up.
All right. Shall we do outros?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I've been August. You can find me on Twitter at HarpyDora. And I'm not plugging anything else right now. You can find the podcast on Twitter at FTLcast and at FTLcast.com. And playing with us today, we have had the very lovely Kathleen.
Once again, I have been Kathleen. Thank you for having me on. If you would like to check out I Came Here to Win for yourself, you can find it at peachgardengames.itch.io. Or if you'd like to know more about some of the other stuff that we do, you can find us at Peach Garden RPGs on Twitter or at peachgardengames.com, We also produce an actual play podcast called Sort of Symphonies. On that, we are play testing an adventure game, sort of in the heroic fantasy thing. It is called Heroic Accord. It is roleplay heavy, and I love it a lot. It has a magic system that works kind of like refrigerator poetry, so you can check that out too. Thank you very much.
And I have been Zachary Frederiksen. And you can find me on Twitter at OffSeasonGod for the music I make at iambugbear.bandcamp.com, and I don't have anything else to plug at this time.
And I've been Sam. You can find me once again at Twitter at SAKalo, and you can find my portfolio website if you're interested in commissioning me for some tabletop game art or whatever. I draw a lot of other people's OCs a lot of the time, and I'm open for commissions again. And I probably will be still by the time this episode comes out, which is a while from now. Because I kind of am always doing tabletop commissions. It's kind of my bread and butter. And if you can find my portfolio at samkalo.art.
www.samkalo.art.
Exactly. Yes. You got to do the www part or else it just doesn't work, because I guess for some reason with Google Sites or with whatever place that I bought my domain name from, it just doesn't work if you don't type the World Wide Web bit like it's the early 2000s.
Sometimes it just be like that.
Sometimes it does.
All right. Shall we clap?
Thank you all for
All right.
listening. Yes.
Let's clap out.
Clap out.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/StandingStonesProd. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at Stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!